Hello and welcome to brick tip number 49. In brick tip 48, I had said I was going to be explaining what this decorative element along the eaves is, and it is in fact a very important structural piece to the roof that I have hidden with all of these slopes, and even these slopes come into play into acting as part of the structure. So I am going to lift off this roof panel so you can see what the top side of this looks like. Okay, so here is the bottom of it. You can see that there are a bunch of jumper plates here, and then we have some slopes, and then our cheese wedges are in the opposite direction of the other slope. Now if we look on this side, what we have are a bunch of pivots, and we have some structures in here, and this is actually just to hide the mechanics of what those pivots are doing. So we're going to further take this down to another level so you can see the top of that. Now this is where things get very interesting. So this is the sideboard to our roof. If you remember, it was in that position there. And we have a series of brackets. Now, what my problem was that this edge of the roof was unsupported. And it also was not connected to the wall. So I had to figure out a way to connect this side of the roof to the wall and also to support that side. And this is the little build that I came up with that did that. That gave us the spacing that we need. So if you see it without all the extra stuff in place, this is what it looks like. You have a 2x2 pivot, pivoting backwards. And the reason those jumpers are there is because the spacing wasn't working out with putting like a plate or a brick or anything like that in between the roof section and the bracket. It actually worked out that it needed just those jumper plates to bring it down half a stud, and that was enough to lock it into the roof. So next I want to talk about this little piece, and as I mentioned that these bricks were filler pieces because there was a gap in between the top of the wall and the top of the roof, and I wanted to fill that gap. So that's what those bricks were for, so that what slides in like so. Now the reason that those pivot bases are in there is to lock this pivot in place so that when it lines up, it will not move out of position. So you get this sort of scenario going on where that pushes against that one. So once we assemble all that, we have our series of brackets on the top, our series of pivots on the bottom. These cheese slopes are just to hide the other end of the pivot, and they also support that plate. So when we flip that over and slide that into place, and then we can get our roof on. And notice the roof, we have a couple of plates on the ends of all of these, and those are going to fit into the gaps down here. I removed some of the elements so you can see better where that slope is, and you can see the angle is a little bit more than the actual pitched roof, but when we put the cheese slope on in the reverse direction, it comes flush to the bottom of the roof, and then all these other ones look like they're lined right up, so we get that nice decorative element. And because those are all locked in series and they're locked into the wall horizontally, that roof is not budging along the edge. So I wanted to tackle this separately from the other side of the roof because it is a little bit more technical. If you found this useful, please click the like and subscribe buttons and share it around so that others can learn from it. If you wish to support us on Patreon, that would be very much appreciated. Thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. Keep dreaming of bricks. Bye-bye.